What is an allele in genetics? As we've learned in earlier videos, a gene is a stretch of DNA, usually a long stretch of DNA, that codes for something. What exactly do genes code for? Technically, they either code for specific proteins or they act as templates for functional chains of RNA, but because proteins and chains of RNA go on to produce traits, things like eye color and bone length, we can say that an organism's genes, in a roundabout way, code for an organism's traits. An allele is an alternative version of a specific gene. If that sounds confusing, that's okay. It should become clear once we see a simplified example. Let's say there is a gene in a species of frog that codes for the frog's eye color. We will call it the eye color gene. No need to get too creative here. This frog has a version of the eye color gene, an allele of the eye color gene, that codes for yellow eyes. He has the yellow allele of the eye color gene. His buddy here has a different allele, a different version of the eye color gene. He has the red allele of the eye color gene. Now, this hypothetical example is overly simplistic. In real life, there are multiple different genes and sometimes environmental factors that all play together to determine an animal's eye color. Also, most animals have two copies of their own DNA, meaning that a single animal can actually have two different alleles or two different versions of any given gene in its own genome. Furthermore, most alleles don't have any actual effect at all on a creature's observable traits, but don't worry about any of these technicalities for now. The important thing to understand is this: an allele is an alternative version of a specific gene. That's it. New alleles, new versions of old genes, come into existence via mutations. Once a new allele exists, it is forced to compete with other alleles in the population. For example, when the yellow eye allele happened to emerge within our hypothetical frog species, it might have given its host a survival advantage because its host could better blend into its environment and hide from predators. Because of this, over many, many generations, the yellow allele could dominate the population, completely outcompeting the red allele, causing the red allele's extinction. When an allele dominates an entire population, we call this fixation. So there you have it. An allele is an alternative version of a specific gene.